Hello, my name's Teacher Jane. Welcome to today's session. I hope it finds you well. Today we're going to look at one of the maths papers that I gave out before we left college. If you don't have it, don't worry. All my lessons are designed that you can do them without the paper. All you need is some simple things that I will explain to you on the next couple of slides. I've put big number 1 up here just to let everybody know that this is the first video. I think there'll probably be 3 for this paper. Make sure you do them in the right order. The other thing I've done is put a lovely picture of that big, strong, healthy dog, just so I can direct people. It's the maths one about dogs. This is a maths lesson, but it contains free English vocabulary. Couple of little things. Calculators. I like people to practice in their heads first of all. Pen and paper. That way we become quicker. When I'm shopping, because I practice so much, I know what my bill is going to be before the cashier has even scanned the first item. You'd be amazed how many times I catch people out trying to overcharge me. Okay, calculators. At this level, I would recommend a nice, simple calculator. One with buttons that are easy to see. And if you wish, one with a memory. I'm not a great fan of the scientific calculator, but if you're going on to study GCSE, A-level, 9-1s, or even level 2 functionals maths, I think you might find a scientific calculator will help. Please, you can use a calculator. Yeah, please show all your workings. Now, why do you think they've written that in? Do you know what it's called? Begins with a B. Bold. They've written it because it's important. I can't bear it when my students give me an answer 6. Where's that 6 come from? Have they guessed it? Or do they really know that 10 minus 4 equals 6? That's why I need to see method, I call it. I call it workings here. And usually, with this type of maths, you'll get 1 point for your method. Ooh, let me just put that there. 1 point for your answer. And 1 point for that beautiful thing. What's that called? Pound sign. But I call it unit of measurement. And there are many of those. It could be kg if it was weight. Let's just have a little clear up. What else is there? What would it be in height? Centimetre, metre. What's it called when we're measuring the volume of liquids? Litre. Litre. And the little one, milliliter. I could go on all day. Does anybody know for a bonus point what we measure the energy in food in? Some of you got it. Joules. 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 Okay, I quite like that. Calculator suit made me giggle. So you need to get yourself a pen and paper. Pause the video while you do that. Welcome back. I will also add for my students, I put my email address up here. When you've finished, what I'd like you to do is photo your work and email it back to me, just so I can have a little check. So, hopefully you've all got your pen and paper now. Now it's Skills for Messiness. Name and ID, is that on the left or the right? It's on the left. Well done. And the next thing I need is the date. And again, put that at the top, nice and neat, tucked over on the right side. Couple of lines down, I want you to write a heading. And the heading should be in capital letters. I've been a bit naughty there, baby C. Good job it's not an English exam. Also underline it. My line, is it horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. Like the horizon, it goes across. Vertical is when something moves up and down. I always remember what it's called when people are scared of heights. Vertigo. go. So, let's see. On your piece of paper, I want you to put 4 headings. And the headings are these symbols. Look here. If you look carefully, I've done 2 symbols. A lot of people find that a little bit confusing when they're starting to learn maths, because some calculators show the symbol as a forward oblique and some show it as the classic division symbol. Underneath, I want you to list, if you want to be nice and neat, give me some nice bullet points. Let's see how many different names you can think of for each symbol. Welcome back. I've done a few here. Red, the plus symbol. I tend to call that not very good with my fingers today, the plus. I tend to call it the add or the addition. And then I've got my minus. That one removes things. The minus, the take away, or the subtract. My yellow one, I often call it the lots of, the multiple, or the times. Sometimes I call it the repeated addition. And you may ask why I call it the repeated addition. Look at this one. 10 plus 10 plus 10. I've used very easy numbers so we can focus on the symbols. That would be addition. But I could simply do 3 times 10 equals 30. So what it's done is it's repeated my addition. And then the last one I've got is my beautiful divide. That's my favourite button on the calculator. The divide, the split, the share. It splits everything into fabulous equal parts. Very useful with fractions. Always be aware people do use different words for these symbols. Right, next slide. Getting excited? Finally, bit of maths. Right. At the dog show, there is one steward. What's a steward? A steward is an organiser of people. You get them at football matches. You get them at the Notting Hill Carnival. Somebody's standing there with a whistle going, right, everybody, go that way. You know, they're organised people. They help when there's lots of crowds. You could get a little bit of a crush. So they have one steward for every 50 people. Okay, that makes sense. How many stewards would you need for 200 people? Okay. Oh, multiple choice. I've got 3 answers here. Pause the video and have a go. First method I'm going to show you is called direct proportion. We use that a lot in ratio. It's where everything is changed in the same way, or altered in the same way. So I do myself a little grid, and I'm going to fill in the information that I know. So I know here is Stewart, so I'm going to call that ST, and here I've got people. And I know that for one steward, I have 50 people. One steward, 50 people. But now it says to me, how many stewards would I need for 200 people? So I've got 200 people. I'm going to put that there, 200. And what I'm going to look at is what has happened to 50 to turn it into 200. Can you see what's happened? It's been multiplied. What's it been multiplied by? 4. Well done. Times 4. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side because it's directly proportionate. So I'm going to get my 1 and I'm going to times it by 4. And that should give me the beautiful number 4. And underneath, I'm going to write 4 stewards. That's what I'm going to call method 1. Next method I'm going to show you is a bit like fitting. I'm going to get all my people, which is 200. What I'm going to do is see how many times 50 fits into that. What button would I use for fitting? The divide. I'm going to see how many times that 50 goes into or fits into 200. And the correct answer is 4. Brilliant. But for what? For stewards. Lovely. So that's method 2. Now I'm going to show you method 3. So I know that for 1 steward equals 50 people. Okay. If I had 2 stewards, how many people would that be? 100. Lovely. 3 stewards? 150. 4 stewards? 200. Let me just fill those in. 4 stewards would be 200 people, which is the amount of people I've got. Well done. All of my methods would get you full points. I'll just run you through this. Usually with these exam papers, your method or your, what's the W word? Working would get you 1 point. Your correct answer would get you another point. And then this. This is either your unit of measurement or what something is. 1 p. So usually this would be a 3-point question. I told you I was going to pack a lot in. We're going to have a look at number names. Write this number on your piece of paper and label them. This number, its position, it has a name, and it is called the, can you remember? Unit. Oh, I think the light is on my screen. Units, some people call it the ones. Unit means 1. Like if I said, what's the unit cost? It's the cost of 1. This one, what's this one's name? I think everybody knows this one. This is the tens. Now my number 3, that would be a 100. And my last one, what would this one be? THOUSANDS. Oh, I hope you can see that. Have I gone off the board? A little bit. Bright light up there. I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to carry on with number 2 video shortly. Thank you for joining me.